But yeah, the new one we've got, well, the new one we're going to be getting in a couple of months when we move is supposedly one of the rare good ones. Also, they manage their own buildings, so no broker's fee. Fuck broker fees. Archon, you've come at a good time. Received a rather urgent call for assistance from one of our scouts, and all of my men are preoccupied with duties elsewhere. I'd like you to go and speak with Flame Sergeant Donegan. You'll find him at his post near Girkim. Okay. An adventure? Thank the gods. I have a favor to ask, and the others would never let me live this down if they were to find out. I've met someone, you see, and in the most peculiar of places. On the battlefield. No, she isn't an Imperial soldier, but a ravishing resistance fighter. For asking around, it seems she's stationed near the Yawn on the path toward the peaks. But in our line of work, tomorrow is never a certainty. To lose her before making my feelings known would be more than my heart can bear. That is why I would ask you to take this letter. Take it and deliver it to my sweet, dear, sweet Athala. She better actually be into you, dude. Because if I have to deliver another note from someone who's convinced they have something, I will end you. I don't want to click that, thank you. Can I? There we go. Another medal. So, like, these aren't too hard to get your hands on. It's the legendaries that are a pain in the butt, but that's not terribly surprising. Always buying yourself flowers, Mel? What kind, though? They've sent the Morble Slayer, have they? I suppose you'll do. A few bells ago, I spotted what looked like a resistance fighter in a skirmish with the Ananta. As a general rule, the Alliance doesn't intervene in local disputes, but I suspect something is amiss. The altercation took place along a path between the Kalyana and Vera settlements. Neither the Alliance nor the Resistance has any business being there. I would have been overly concerned if not for the fact that the man I sent down there to investigate hasn't returned. I'd like you to go to the Satyamaga and see if he's gotten himself into any trouble. If you find anything, you can contact me via the link bro we gave you. You saying it looks like a smaller lotus flower? Or that it's like almost as popular as the lotus flower in art? Oh, I googled chrysanthemums. I have a variety of colors. can I help you, adventurer? Got a love note. Please tell me this doesn't anger you. A letter from Miqo'te? Can it be? The dashing young soldier who rescued me? I can't believe it. From the moment I laid eyes on him, I knew it was fate. Would you like to hear the tale of our meeting? Of two brave souls on the battlefield of love? No, I'd like my reward. Nod politely while considering how to spend your time. Yep. Then run off to join the fray elsewhere. But for one moment, one magical moment, our eyes met. When I looked into those glorious emerald green eyes of his, I knew he was the one. Sweet angel still lives. To think he would send me such a letter. After losing my parents 20 years ago, I had always been filled with such hate, such anger. All I lived for was revenge against the Garleans. But those days are gone. Love has found me, and I will never let it go. Here. You take this flower to him? Tell him I would bask in his love like his blossom in sunlight. Welcome back, Basil. It was good. It was very nice to not have to go to work for a week. Also, Disneyland is cool. I like Disneyland. We saw Pocahontas. And Oswald? Yeah, we're just walking through Frontierland, and Pocahontas just starts walking along. Walking through Frontierland and chatting with people as she goes. The way they do character stuff in Disneyland is very different. And I greatly prefer it. Thank you, sir. I've never seen one of the Anantas so angry. She wouldn't even speak. Only ceaseless hissing with seemingly murderous intent. Not for you, I'd like me to be dead like that gentleman just over there. From what I could gather before we were assaulted, he was seizing crystals from their encampment. I assumed it was to stop the summoning of a primal. Forgive the intrusion, but judging by his uniform, I'm not sure he was a member of the Resistance to begin with. I wouldn't call it a uniform so much as an unconvincing costume. He likely stole bits and pieces off of fallen soldiers, so very much doubt he was here for crystals. You can clearly see the jewelry hanging out of his satchel. Nothing but a petty thief, if you ask me. You can see all of this from your post? The reason I am stationed up here and not you, soldier. If you will have to walk, I suggest you return to base immediately. Lieutenant Shade, report to Sergeant Marshal Brookstone. I think I can manage on my own. Thank you again for your help. Also, the Web Slingers ride is so cool. Avengers Campus, I thought I was just going to want to spend a lot of time in Avengers Campus, and I totally would, except San Francisco is just... San Francisco is a really cool area to just chill out in, and it's got like upbeat J-pop music like going all the time. Plus, I love Baymax, and there was so much Baymax merch. I might have bought my first set of mouse ears that was actually for me, and then Vamp proceeded to steal them one day. Did you find her? Did you deliver the note? Yeah, she gave me a flower to give to you. A flower? A stalk. Say it symbolizes the bonds of love, you know? My sweet, sweet Athala. Would you like to hear of how we met? Of how I come to meet an angel on the battlefield? Nod politely while planning your escape from the conversation. Listen closely to the tale of the angel and her healing. No. How do I get out of here? It's unfair to say that I saved her. No, she's the one who saved me. When next we receive our wages, I will have to give her something. A ring, perhaps. Pump the brakes, buddy. I don't... Most of my issue with getting ears is I don't like the way they feel on my head. I'll tell you, like, ears I don't like, or I have any issue with them being too girly or some crap. I just don't like how most of them fit on my head. Welcome back, Archon. What have you to report? See, it's not often I disagree with the Flame Sergeant, but I'm not so sure this man was some wayward thief. After all, the Resistance is quite expansive and comprised of many different groups. While the forces stationed at Ralger's Reach are the most involved in our fight against the Garleans, there are other smaller factions, some even formed haphazardly, who claim to be Resistance fighters, if only for the chance to loot and plunder. It is imperative this man is identified to determine who can be held accountable. If we had more recruits like you, we likely wouldn't have to worry about such things. At any rate, you've been a great help. If we should have need of you again, you can be certain we will contact you. At some point I need to get off my butt and like take a picture of various things. We also got a couple of art pieces. A lot of pins. Pardon me, are you by chance an adventurer? Please, if you're heading to Ralger's Reach, I beg of you, take me with you. My brother was a member of the Resistance, you see. I plan to go and see him, no matter how many times I explained myself. This bully of a soldier continues to keep me hostage here. I've had enough of your dramatics. No one is keeping you hostage. You're free to return home, but until the area is safe, civilians are not permitted beyond the grounds of this base. End of discussion. No one's holding you hostage. You're welcome to go home, but the area is not safe, so you're not allowed to leave. Do you listen to the words? Do you like think about what you're going to say before the words come out, or you just kind of let everything tumble? What if I were to go into the company of this adventure? Suppose that would be permissible. That is assuming, of course, he consents to be your escort. I'm sorry, what are you up to there, little buddy? Doot 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 doot. Then settled. Let's be on our way, shall we? The path south through Bittermill is probably safest. I mean, I didn't say yes, but I guess I also didn't say no. Yeah, I'll just hide people in my luggage, Mel. Let me just hide you in my luggage through the front gate. The one negative of Disneyland over Disney World, besides, you know, it being twice the flight time, is that Disneyland I have to actually pay a residency, like transient residency tax on the room. Disney World, I don't. Still no Villadina. The soldier was telling me the Garleans built that fortress atop the bridge and changed its name. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna get hit with the overweight fees on that luggage. It's only a name. It always starts with something small. Or so my brother used to say. Piece by piece, they replace what is ours with theirs. As time passes, people forget. Eventually, what was once inseparable is accepted as normal. But enough of my musings. We should be going. Would it be alright if we rest on the bridge to the north? Right now, I usually need to take a couple of years off of trips before I can bring someone along. Sometimes I wonder what it would have been like to grow up here. Brother and I were born in El Amigo, by the grace of Relgar. Escaped shortly after the Garlean's occupation. Lord Dryland of the port. Lived here for such a time, it's hard for me to truly say this was ever our home. Brother, on the other hand, had been up in arms about reclaiming our home for as long as I can remember. No sooner had he heard of the resistance than he was rushing out our door and out of Gridania. Sometimes I wonder if he was right. What do you think? My heart is. A novel idea. Though I suppose in the end there's likely no true answer we can all agree on. Home is where you've maintained physical residency for at least 1 year. Sorry. Slipping into tax law. I suppose we should keep moving. Would it be alright if we stop briefly near the temple further north? Look, I'm not saying fantasy names are always the greatest, but these are bad for fantasy names. Parents brought me here once when I was a child. It seems my brother came here often after joining the resistance. In his letters, he would tell me how after every battle he came to pray. He'd stay until he regained peace of mind and stillness within his spirit. You have the look of men who've seen their fair share of battle. Do you have such a place to return to? A place to still your... Pray return to the waking sands. Is it a place you can call home? Is there someone there waiting for you? Tataru is always waiting for me. Apologies. That was rude of me to ask. I have no church or temple to return to Versailles, but I do have family waiting for me at home in Gridania. I long to return to them. I must first see my brother. Come, we're nearly to Relgar's Reach. Is it funny once? Because I feel like that's one of those names that the author was chuckling to themselves, and everyone else was like, dude. Made it. Relgar's Reach. I realize you must have places to go, but would you accompany me inside? My brother's supposed to be in a place they call Recompense. Mostly because I have some things to do in here. Oh, apparently multiple things to do in here. At some point I gotta do this too. And we shall call it Eureka. Archon Shade. It was the science of the Seventh Dawn, if I'm not mistaken. Very good. I have a message for you from Aunt Rowena. Well, it's more of a request, I suppose. I don't have any details of consequence. I'd like you to assist with the exploration of a newly discovered island. Surely you'd be interested in that sort of thing being an adventure? If you are, then you should head to Kugane and see Kotokaze, the proprietress of the Shiokaze hostelry. It's a long way to go, I know, but the island's out that way anyway, so... Eureka! Have you ever visited a little Alamigo in Thanalan? If you have, there's something I would ask of you. My uncle, a man named Gundobald, lives there. Alamigo has been freed. I've been hoping to contact him. There's still much work to be done and I'm unable to leave my post. Instead, I've written him a letter, which I would like you to deliver to my uncle if possible. We all need to work together if we're to restore Alamigo to its former glory. I'd very much like to have my uncle by my side for this. Now I'm asking a lot of you, but there's no one else I can trust with this. No one? Okay. Ah, that's where most of the quests are. You, I am waiting on. Brilliant. No notes. Best thing I've ever heard. This person should definitely be allowed to continue writing modules. This was like a professionally made module. Wait until your players are bored, then do something. Oh, brother. I meant to come sooner. Told me the news, I couldn't believe it. Why did you have to leave? Constantly ask myself why we could have grown so far apart. Why would he refuse to accept Gridania as our home? I hoped he would be a brother to my husband, an uncle to my son. Instead he chose Alamigo. No. Sorry. This must all seem a terrible bother. I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for bringing me here. Please take me to go see my brother. Psych, he's been dead the whole time. Gonna make me go around the rock before I talk to them? Archon, you're a hard bullock to find. Heard you'd thrown in your lot with the resistance, so I came here looking for you. Truth is, I've run into a spot of bother back at the Arboretum and could use your help. If you're not too busy breaking your head fast on Garleans or whatever you've been doing out there, we'd be glad of your expertise. If you fancy lending a hand, I'll be over at St. Mosian's. Dungeon unlock. Archon, thank the gods you're here. We need your help. In case you haven't heard, set up operations in Ralgar's Reach while we look for Omega. It's been decidedly slow going, I'm sorry to say. We still haven't seen the blasted thing since it disappeared during the battle with Shinryu. Which is not to say we haven't made any progress. We know now that the Shinryu ended up in the Imperial's hands, and that it was shackled with some very distinctive-looking bindings when they found it. Obviously, only you know what could have done something like that. The fact that their states were still functioning suggests it didn't shut down when the chief instructed it to either. Anyway, We were getting close to identifying Omega's whereabouts, and when we encountered what you might call a problem? Yeah, it would be best if you came to the workshop and saw for yourself. Okay, bye. That's gonna be the raid, the 8-man raid series. Oh, Archon, just the man I was looking for. As you may know, Ralgar's Reach used to be a pilgrimage site for followers of the Fist of Ralgar. Atop the mountain lies the remnants of the Temple of the Fist, which was once the center of their religion. It's filled with monks training their minds and bodies right up until the Mad King Theodoric decided to raise the temple. Curiously enough, a young lady recently approached me saying she wishes to explore the ruins herself. I immediately turned down her request, knowing that she alone could not survive the route to the ruins. But then I thought of you. I'm positive that you are strong enough to protect her while she explores. The girl's name is Marjorie. If you're willing to help, seek her out by the doors which lead to the temple. Imagine she is still there pestering Krotmar to let her in. Honestly, most of my issue with moving on is I want my assassin. I want to make this dude even more glass cannon, but I feel like I've sufficiently broken this game wide open a lot of the time. Archon Shade, hero of the resistance. Greetings and well met. Wish to thank you for your countless deeds in service to our cause, and share with you an opportunity which I believe may be of interest to you. There is a great and wise man, a veteran of countless battles, who waits for you outside Ralgar's Reach. Go to him, and he will unfold all. Okay. 6 out of 30. I really need to clear some of this out.